How many people do you know who struggle with their health? Chances are, whether they show it or not, most of the people in your life do. And chances are, you're one of them. Whether you're dealing with anxiety, depression, endometriosis, acne, eczema, autoimmune, thyroid, Lyme, brain fog, fatigue, or any other symptom or condition, you're far from alone. Living with symptoms has become the new normal. So no more guessing games. It's time to get answers. Welcome to the Medical Medium Podcast. I'm Anthony William. We're talking about your body's ability to heal. And you have an audience. God and the angels are watching. That's right. When we go through chronic illness, we're not really alone. When people get sick, they feel that way, even when they have people around them. It's easy to feel lonely when you're struggling with a sickness, with a chronic illness, because in the end, you just focus on the symptoms. And how come everybody else out there looks like they're living their lives? They feel like they're fine. They look like they're normal. But are they? Pretty much everybody's getting sick out there and they're getting their turn. But if you're already struggling, if you already have chronic illness, keep in mind that you're spiritually strong. You're emotionally strong more than you even know. You're just being rebuilt from the bottom to the top. You're just being restored, renewed. Your body wants to heal and you're in that process of healing. In this episode, just relax, get a good comfortable spot. We got some ground to cover. Are you ready? Let's get started. A lot of people are going through it. They're going through a challenge, a health challenge. They go to a doctor, they're trying to get answers. They think they get answers, and maybe they do, but yet they're still stuck with the symptom. Doesn't really go away, or it comes and goes, or they're better for a little while, naturally just heals, and then it's back, but back worse than it was before. Then it's back to another doctor and another doctor. Some people see dozens of doctors throughout the course of years. There are people out there that see up to 100 doctors, practitioners, health professionals, looking for answers. Their hope is strong at first, but then it can dwindle over time. And it gets harder and harder to get out of the house, to get to appointments. No one understands unless they've been there, unless they've felt it themselves, experienced it themselves. It's not easy. There's nothing easy about getting sick. There's nothing easy about having a mystery chronic illness. There's nothing easy about pain. There's nothing easy about suffering and struggles. And then another hard part is relaying the message, relaying what you're going through. People who are sick, they don't have it easy for so many reasons and so many ways. One is expressing themselves, being able to communicate their pain, being able to talk about it, being able to tell somebody else, being able to have the confidence behind them as they're telling someone. Because PTSD comes along for the ride, and even OCD can come along for the ride. And then something people just don't talk about in the health field enough, or at all even, is that most all illnesses, chronic mystery illness, is neurological. There's neurological symptoms involved. And neurological symptoms being involved means expressing themselves, talking about the problem, communicating is difficult because neurological symptoms lead to the inability to express the suffering someone's going through. And when somebody heals from a chronic mystery illness, a neurological condition, or any health condition, they become a treasure trove of experience, a treasure trove of knowledge that's much different than everyday knowledge, than everyday wisdom. Wisdom that's above other wisdom. Because when you come from ground zero in your health and you rise out of the ashes, the pain and suffering is left behind, but not the experience of the pain and suffering that stays within you. It's instilled within you. It becomes a force, a holy force. And one of the reasons it becomes a holy force is because God was there all along. God was watching with every single struggle, with all your pain, all your sorrow. God was there all through it. Whether you knew or you did not know, God was by your side. God was watching over you. God was seeing you sleep at night while dreaming. God was seeing you sleep at night knowing you were struggling. God saw you wake up in the morning knowing you were sad because your symptoms were still there, because your condition was still the same. God knew. And if you're somebody going through any symptoms or chronic illness or struggles now, God knows. And that's why your recovery and what you're going through is holy. That's one of the reasons why it's spiritual and should never be looked down upon, should never be disrespected. What you've gone through, your healing, your sickness, your chronic illness, your experiences, your struggles should never be frowned upon. They should never be demeaned. They should never be judged by anyone. You deserve to heal, but maybe you don't think you do. When you're sick too long, you start believing you don't deserve it, that there's a reason why you're not getting better. And that reason is you're a bad person, or you did something wrong, or you put yourself into this. You got yourself sick. You did all the wrong things. But that's not how it works. That's not the truth. It's easy to get conditioned here on earth, believing that you don't deserve to heal, that you're supposed to be stuck, that you don't deserve to get better. And the minute we get sick, the minute we get a symptom and it doesn't resolve fast, the minute we're not well, we start doubting everything. And everything means our body. We doubt our body's ability to heal. We doubt we did the right thing to heal. We doubt our own confidence. We doubt our own hope. We doubt our own faith. It's easy to believe when you have chronic illness long enough that you don't deserve to heal. And it's easy to start questioning what kind of person you are, especially if people around you are wondering why you're still sick. It happens all the time. The lack of understanding can occur around you. People don't understand what it's like to be sick unless they've been really sick themselves, unless they've been in your shoes or in the same position of somebody who's been chronically ill for a long enough time. The truth is that everybody at some point in their life is going to experience some form of sickness, whether it's acute, whether it's severe, whether it's mild, but long term. But they're going to experience it. Now, if you're experiencing it now and you look outside and you see people living their lives and everybody looks like they're fine, they're driving around, they're doing things. Young people look indestructible. Older people are walking around. Nothing's wrong. Keep in mind that they may get their turn, or they may not be as healthy as they look from a distance, or they seem. Some of them may be struggling like you. If you're sick now, if you're struggling with symptoms, if you got chronic illness and you're younger, you're a young person, then you got sick earlier. You earned your stripes. You're obtaining knowledge. You're growing spiritually. You're becoming a stronger soul. You're becoming a seer. You can see things other people cannot see. You got life experiences other people do not have yet. You may feel weaker physically, but you're stronger spiritually. And when the day comes that you heal, when you recover, you're going to take all of that with you. And as you're living your life, people are going to walk up to you and they're going to see it and feel it. They're not going to know what it is, but they're going to sense it, that there's something different about you. And as you're standing there, God is going to be watching. An angel is going to be seeing. And they were there the whole time when you were sick. They were there throughout your entire struggle, whether you were aware of it or not, because you weren't alone when you struggled. You weren't alone when you were sick. It may have felt that way, but God and the angels knew what you were going through. They were watching, seeing your courage, admiring your strength, understanding your battle. And if you're in that battle of chronic illness now and you're not healed yet, they're watching, you have an audience, and you're not alone. People think when they get sick and they're struggling and they're not getting better that they are weak, but that's not true. It's the opposite. They are strong, really strong, the strongest. Just because they can't run 10 miles, do a backflip, lift heavy weights for 2 hours, athletically compete in a sport doesn't mean they're weak on any level. Sure, physically they're struggling. Physically they're not there. But mentally, they're stronger than anyone. Spiritually, stronger than anyone. Because what it takes to sustain yourself when you're chronically sick is like no other. What it takes to talk to your mind, to talk to yourself, to walk yourself through it every single day is like no other. Everything gets challenged. Your confidence, your consciousness, your subconsciousness, who you are as a person. It gets deconstructed, it gets purified, and then it gets reconstructed before you heal or as you're healing. You rebuild your soul, your consciousness, your subconsciousness. Being in the woods for a long time can do that to a person, reshape them in a way that's unmatched. And that person out there who's athletic, or they're strong, or they can exercise every single day, or they're in a sport, they won't know what that is. They just won't. Just because they're free will and they're using their willpower to exercise or perform doesn't mean they're stronger in every single way than someone who's chronically sick. They're used to battling gravity, battling tiredness because of overexertion. People who are chronically sick are battling mercury, metals, pathogens, toxins. They're battling a lot of things. They're battling an inner struggle that can't be seen. Weakened nervous systems, mystery inflammation, PTSD, OCD, things that come with illnesses. They come for the ride because it's so difficult and the battle is every single day. And the strength they have when they're sick, the strength you have when you're chronically ill and sick is unmatched. It's unlike any other. Over the years, I've seen athletes become ill, get chronic inflammation, brain inflammation, or some kind of other chronic illness, and it hits them hard. And they're like, wow, I didn't know that this kind of challenge is different than the other kind of challenge I do every day athletically. I didn't know that it takes everything I got, everything, mental, emotional, spiritual, physical, and how difficult it really is. And that's what they say. And the same goes for somebody who isn't an athlete. Maybe they're just somebody that never got sick yet. They're not there yet. Maybe they're in their 20s, their 30s, maybe early 40s. Nothing really happened. It's really small stuff. They're living their life. They're doing what they want. And suddenly, it all stops. They get sick. And now they're chronically ill. They're going doctor to doctor to doctor. And they're realizing it's a different world. It's a different part of them. They have to dig deep, deeper than they've ever dug before. They have to get to know themselves because that's what happens. You have to get to know yourself. You learn things about yourself that you would have never learned if it wasn't for getting sick. And do they have what it takes? Do they have what you have? Can they sustain themselves emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and physically before they find the information, before they find the knowledge, the keys to how to heal, to how to move forward? And they will. They will sustain themselves. They will discover that inner strength. Whatever guilt you hold, whatever guilt you have, whatever guilt that sits deep down inside of you during the process of your healing, it's time for it to shed away. It's time to leave it behind. You didn't create your chronic illness. You didn't bring yourself to this place of chronic illness. You didn't bring yourself purposely to a place of sickness. It's not something you wanted. It's not something you did on purpose. You didn't do it at all. You didn't purposely do this to become unwell. It's not a contract you signed before you were born. You became unwell, sick. You became chronically ill for reasons that were not in your control. But what is in your control is your healing. No matter what, you can heal. It is in your control, and you are going to heal. As each day goes by, you're getting closer to healing. Your body's repairing itself. Your body's recovering. Your body wants to heal. It's working hard for you every single day. So each moment, each hour, each day, you're in the healing process. And you have to remember that. You have to know that you are healing. And you didn't cause your sickness. And it's not mistakes that you made. Never believe in any way that it's because of you and because of any mistakes you made along the way, because that's not true. That's not how chronic illness works. We cannot judge ourselves for why we're sick. We cannot beat ourselves up for why we're sick. We have to be gentle about it. We have to be easy on ourselves. We have to have compassion for ourselves. And you have to know that every day your body is getting closer to healing. If you get a chance, check out the Medical Medium book series. Millions of people from all around the world have healed using information from the Medical Medium book series. Check out medicalmedium.com. If you get a chance, subscribe to the Medical Medium newsletter. You can find me on Telegram, on Rumble, on YouTube, on IG. Many blessings, and God bless you. Your body is fighting for you every day and loves you unconditionally. Your body wants to heal, and it will heal. And it is healing, and it's healing every single hour of every single day. This is a truth you can hold on to and never let it go. Let it be a healing seed, a seed that's planted, a seed that grows with every little thing you do for your health. Always remember you're a good person, and this is your time to heal. Never be hard on yourself. Never judge yourself. Every single morning you wake up, gently pat yourself on the shoulder. Tell yourself you're working hard. Tell yourself you're working for God. Tell yourself God sees you and understands your struggles. And tell yourself your body just did more healing. And when you lay down to go to bed at night, keep in mind you have an audience. Keep in mind the angels are there. Call upon them. Ask them to sit by your bedside. You deserve it. You're worthy. You're worth it to the angels. They see your struggles. They know what a good person you are. They know the good works you're going to do when you're healed. They know the good works you're doing now. And the angels know what kind of soul you have, what kind of soul you are. And never doubt who you are. You're a good soul. It's not your fault you got sick. You didn't create it. You didn't cause it. It wasn't a form of punishment God was placing upon you. And you can heal, and you will heal. This is your time. And always keep in the back of your mind that good days are coming. And you're going to look back in the past, and you're going to see how far you have come, how far along you have gone with your healing.
Original published medical medium information gets stolen and poached by podcast doctors, social media doctors, influencers, and medical clinics. Medical medium information has never yet been proven wrong by medical science and research. Instead, the opposite, only proven right and then taken from medical medium published material and used in the conventional and alternative health communities. Medical medium information continually sets the stage for medical science to understand chronic illness better If you choose to share or use the original, unique content from the Medical Medium podcast, books, or Medical Medium social media, please cite where this information comes from, so others who see and learn of this information have a chance to know where it all originates, to give them an opportunity to heal, so they don't end up losing years of their life searching for answers like so many have before them. The Medical Medium information here on this podcast doesn't come from broken science, interest groups, medical funding with strings attached, botched research, lobbyists, internal kickbacks, persuaded belief systems, private panels of influencers, health field payoffs, trendy traps, or gathered bits and pieces of gimmicky confusion. Because chronic illness is exploding like never before in our modern day history, it takes a greater force than us down here. It takes a helping hand from above. Medical Medium information has street cred. It's an organic movement of countless people around the world healing. More healing stories of real people not being paid to tell their life-changing experiences of rising out of the ashes of sickness and entering into the light of full recovery, getting their lives back and finally healing when nothing else in the world of health could move the needle and get them better. The information on this podcast is not man-made. It comes from above, from a higher source. Whatever you believe in, whether God, the universe, the light, or the creator, or if you believe in nothing at all, that we're just floating through space together on this rock. Know that the information you hear on this podcast is separate from all the other noise out there. It comes from a different place, a pure, untampered with, advanced, clean, uncorrupted, original, primary source, a higher source, spirit of compassion.